What's up everyone and welcome to Wayfarers East with another HTML tutorial. In our last video we were just talking about the basics, things you will need to get in order to start coding HTML in order to make your own website. And for this video we're going to be looking at the basics of HTML coding, the things that you will need on every single website in order to effectively code your HTML site correctly and make sure that you don't have any errors. Now, in our last video, we talked about getting a text editor. Notepad++ is the preferred one of my choice. You do not have to use that. You can use Notepad or gedit or get yourself a different computer if you're using a Mac. And basically, you just open up your text editor and save it as a .html file. So we saved ours in the last video as test.html. That'll be important later when we're looking at our website and want to figure out what it is. And then we just start coding. So the first thing we want to type in when we are coding is go the less than symbol and then in all caps go doc type. I believe I put do type, so doc type, and then space HTML, or sorry, it's less than sign exclamation point doc type and then HTML like that. That'll basically tell the computer that you are typing an HTML document, and that's how it will come across and read in later times when we're actually looking at our website. Then, because it's an HTML document, once again, you do the less than sign, and what the less than greater than signs mean is that what you're typing is a tag, and a tag is something that declares what the specific line is in HTML. So we're going to be doing the HTML tag, so you just type in HTML. This one does not have to be in caps, and basically this signifies that you are in an HTML document. Then what I like to do is, so that I don't forget, you have to make an end tag for every tag that you do. So I'll do the same thing with HTML, except I'll put a /HTML. Basically that means it closes out the tag and ends it so that it's not left open and that it can actually read and work and things like that. Then what we want to do is we want to make a head tag. Everything that goes in the head tag will not be anything that you will actually see on the website. It'll just set up for specific things like character declarations and linking to things like CSS, which are tutorials that I will make in a later day, and other fancy stuff like that. Also, like for example, the little logo that goes on the top of the tag when you are clicking on tabs on a computer or a browser, and then also like the word itself. Like for example, if you're on wayfarerseast.com, it says Wayfarers East at the top. That's because I put the specific title tag so that it displays that. So we're going to go ahead and just close out our head tag here, and then we're also going to make ourselves a body tag. Now body is everything that is inside of the website. So anything that you see, any hard coding, words, pictures, images, that will all go inside the body tag. And so this is what a basic HTML outline will look like. You have your HTML documents here, as you can see up at the top, and then your HTML tag opened and closed, and then your head tag and your body tag also opened and closed. This is about as simple as it gets, and then we will put everything in between these accordingly. Now we're going to first start off with our head tag. The first thing we want to do is we want to be able to put things like different symbols in our website or in our words and things that we type. Normally, if you would try to put like the less than sign, so if I wanted to say A is less than B, it wouldn't do that because it would think that you were actually typing in a tag. Well, in order to actually use the specific symbols, like for example, you wanted to use the @ symbol or the star symbol or the pound sign, you would have to include something called a meta char set. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the less than symbol or the bracket and then put meta and then space char set equals quote UTF-8 quote and bracket. This allows us to include symbols in our HTML document. Another thing we're going to want to do is create our title for our document. So we're going to type in title and then bracket, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put whatever we want our website to be called. So if my website is called Wayfarers East, then I just put Wayfarers East like that, and then hyphen title like that. That will make sure that it says Wayfarers East at the top of the web page when we look into it later. And that's basically all we need to worry about for the head right now. We can also do the ICO little image, but we can do that at a later date. And then we're going to want to go into our body. Every website needs to have some sort of a header, and you make headers by typing in the H and then a number tag. So for example, H1 is the biggest sized header that you have, and it goes all the way down, I believe, to H6 being the smallest. And so if we want to do H1, this is a header, and then close brackets, you just do the H1 end tag like that. Now if I want to show you that H1 is bigger than H4, this is a smaller header, and then close that, H4, and then that will show us that the header is a smaller one. And then there's also a paragraph, and we want to have our first paragraph because otherwise we don't really have any content. And so what is the first thing that we always do when coding? We of course do a hello world. It's the first thing you do when you program. It's the first thing you do when you code anything. And so we have ourselves a hello world paragraph. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to save this. Now, normally what we do is we'd upload it to our hosting service. So I have this specifically saved in the folder that all my HeroClix stuff is saved in. So if I wanted to go to, I would go to the top in my hosting service after I logged in and hit refresh. And then, let's see. It looks like it disconnected me from my server. Refresh. And there it is, test.html, and what you do is you drag that over into your directory that you are going to be in. So ours would be HeroClix, and you just drag test over. I'm not going to do that right now because that would just mess up my website. But what you can also do if you want to make sure that it's working correctly, you simply go to your document that it's saved in. So I want to go to my website and click on Pages, and then you just click on Open. Because you saved it as an HTML document, you just click open. It'll automatically open it inside of your document there, and then it'll go into a browser. So as you can see, this is a header, this is a smaller header. The H1 is bigger than the H4, and then we also have a paragraph that says hello world. If you look at the top right here, we can see that it says Wayfarers East at the top because we put that title in. And then the meta char set we're not worrying about right now. But what you can do if you want to figure out what a symbol is, what you can do is you can just go to Google and type in meta char set symbols, I believe. And then, or actually we can just do character symbols. And, oh man, you might have to look at, here we go. HTML codes. So for example, if we want to do the and sign, what you do is you type in and #38 or and ampersand, and it'll put it into your code. So if we go back to our HTML here, if we want to type in, this is a header, we go and #38. This is a header and another header. And another header. I believe if we go like that, we save it, we go and open it again, and as you can see, this is a header and another header. And that's how you incorporate symbols as well with the meta char set. And then what you're going to do is once you're done coding this, make sure you go to your CSS validator. So we'll go back here and we're just going to choose a file to upload. So if we choose our file and click test, we check it. And then it says we have one error and one warning. The error is that we need to put a semicolon after the character reference. So see, we already made a mistake without even, I mean, it worked, but according to the validator, it made a mistake. So what you got to do is you got to I believe you got to put semicolons like that. Now if we go back to our validator and check it, as you can see, it passed with one warning, and the warning is that it's a test validating service. So that's how you basically start coding in HTML with headers and paragraphs. You have to make sure that you start your tag and that you end your tag, no matter what it is, or if it's on the same line or if it's farther down the body, whatever it is, it makes it work like that. And that's basically all there is to it. I hope you liked this video. Make sure you subscribe to Wayfarers East. Check me out on Facebook and Twitter and wayfarerseast.com. Without further ado, have yourself a great day.